Hi Taurus, and welcome to your reading for December 2018. My name is Melanie. I hope you find this reading useful. So I've used two decks today for this reading. Firstly is the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck for the main tarot cards, and the second deck is called the Dreamtime Reading Cards, and that's this one down the bottom here. I kind of use these as oracle cards for the overall theme of the month for you guys, and I'll go into detail about that one towards the end of the reading. So 5 cards for you today that came through. The first card being the 5 of Wands. This is about past energy. The second card is about the present situation, present issues you guys may be dealing with. The third card being about possible obstacles you may be facing, and that's the Knave, otherwise known as the Page of Swords. Fourth card there is about possible helpful tools for you guys this month. That's the Two of Cups. The final card is the outcome card for the month for Taurus people, and that's the Four of Swords. And the overall theme for this month for December, you guys got Dragonfly, which is about clarity. And I'll read more about that later, as I mentioned before. Duh. So what really stood out for me in this reading for Taurus for this month is the dominant sword energy. You've got three out of 5 cards are about are swords. So swords represent thinking, the mind, mental things, communication, intellect, logical aspects of our lives, the way we direct our thoughts and our words. So what I sort of gathered from this reading, my sense was there may be a project you've been working on, possible family issues or a work situation where there's been differences of opinions. There's been sort of no real unity, a bit of a struggle to see others' points of views. Everyone involved really is stuck in their own heads and really struggling to sort of unite, or perhaps there's been a lot of competition. People perhaps have wanted to rush into things, which has and may be still causing problems. People defending their own ideas, or maybe that's you defending your own ideas. Perhaps a lot of jumping in without thinking, and this is not suggested. Really needing to slow down, be curious, act with caution may be required. Working together, maybe in pairs, something like that. Work towards compromise and agreement. Then rest at the end, because this may be a particularly exhausting month. This is what is coming through for you guys. So, right, I'm just going to break it down now. So the first card being about the past energy, where you've come from. 5 of Wands. This card is about conflicting opinions, competition, conflicting sort of ambitions or activities. There's a group, there's a team, but everyone's sort of a bit of argy-bargy, and things not really being agreed on. Too many choices, perhaps too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone is doing different things. Nobody's really working together. It's a challenge that can be overcome for sure, but there's a sense of everyone needing to accommodate each other's various tastes and ideas, So maybe that's been going on for you in your environment, with your work, with friends, with family. Maybe this has been going on in your own head. I'm not sure. Or some sort of project you've been working on with people that hasn't quite come together. There's been a bit of disharmony, and everyone wants to do different things. Currently, so the current issue or situation is the Knight of Swords for Taurus. So this card, starting with Swords energy now, is about this guy. He rushes in. He's hasty and opinionated, very action-oriented. He's a soldier and they defend. He's an expert soldier, he's skillful, but he likes to start battles, which makes sense in terms of the 5 of Wands card just before. Quite courageous, ready for a fight, for what he believes in, really believes, he's passionate about what he believes in. Very sort of fast-moving, quick energy, quick thinking, but, maybe too quick thinking without sort of slowing down. What's going on for other people here? I need to look at the big picture. This is not really happening. It's just rushing straight in. The Knight of Swords can also represent a young adult, someone under the age of 35 who's an air sign. Maybe that's someone that you've been involved in, or sort of has the qualities of someone like a Knight of Swords here. So that's sort of what's coming up for the present in December. Possible obstacles. You guys have the Knave of Swords, otherwise known as the Page of Swords, who a knave or a page is younger than a knight. I mean, he obviously still has a sword. He's got lots of tattoos, just like the knight as well, which is pretty cool. But he's a bit younger, and in this sense, in terms of being an obstacle, he can be a bit of a spy. He can observe, he can be curious, but he can be quite mentally restless. So maybe you guys are feeling a bit restless, a lot of energy, but sort of scattered energy perhaps, and there's a need to be cautious of this kind of youthful exuberance going on. There's a sort of a sense of fearlessness, but now may not be the right time for action, even though you may believe in your ideas a lot. Maybe pausing and acting with a bit of caution and tact may be warranted here. So this may be an obstacle that's coming up, and it's suggesting just sit back, just slow down, watch the chaos in front of you, watch what everyone's doing before. I know you want to passionately defend yourself and your ideas, but so does everyone else. And how is that working out? Probably not too great. So what may be helpful, and this is the fourth card here, helpful tools, Two of Cups. Really a beautiful card about partnerships, soul connections, soulmates, relationships, friendships, positive connections. This card is about willingness to compromise, as opposed to starting with the start there of the Five of Wands, and there's kind of no compromise going on. So there's a lot of willingness to compromise in this card. Teamwork, hence I was thinking needing to pair up, break up into smaller groups. Two heads are better than one, and two heads are better than 5 heads working together, or 10 heads, really breaking it up. So maybe going along that line, finding good positive connections, going in a smaller, breaking things into smaller little groups, or tasks, breaking down tasks into smaller steps, just to reduce the load and the conflict and the energy and the rushing in and da-da-da-da-da. Slow down, get back in touch with what the purpose of this is, what the good connections are. There must be a good project if everyone's passionate about it and has so many ideas. Clearly maybe it's pretty good, but there needs to be a better way of going about it. So the final card for you guys, the outcome card, Four of Swords. So this card is about needing to rest, rest and recuperation. Things have been going really at a pace, and perhaps a bit of solitude now, which tells me this stuff that's been going on or maybe going on is quite heavy. It's another Swords card, so a lot of kind of mental energy has been going on, and a bit of there is some mental security that has been attained, but now is the time to contemplate, to have a bit of a break, to seek some solitude, retreat for a bit, because there is a good organisation of ideas. This comes through at the end, so the outcome is positive, and that whatever's been going on earlier gets sorted, and then you need to rest. You really need to rest. Very telling, very fitting, I should say, for the end of the year as well, being December. We're often quite exhausted by the end of the year. The final card, the overall theme, you guys got Dragonfly, which is about clarity, which I thought was really fitting, given your readings, Swords, a lot of mental thinking energy. This is a dot painting, typical Aboriginal Australian dot painting there with some dragonflies. So what does this card mean? So I'm going to read from the booklet about this card and see if it resonates. Dragonfly, clarity. Dragonflies come in an abundant rainbow of colours and sizes. They range from only a few centimetres in length to ones as large as your hand, with a wingspan of around twice that. The dragonfly starts life as a rather unattractive larva that lives in water before it evolves into an adult and gains wings. The period spent in the darkness of the water equips the dragonfly larva for its time of flight and freedom. And there's the middle two guys there are about flight and freedom, the knight and the knave. The dragonfly is associated with the element of air, and this reading has a lot of air energy. It represents clear thinking and clear knowing. Its transparent wings offer insight and transparency to questions and situations you may be facing in your life. Due to its ability to hover and move quickly, these guys are moving really quickly, these two. Due to its ability to hover and move quickly, the dragonfly is also associated with seeing situations from different angles Its silent, fleeting dance encourages creativity and freedom as it moves with grace and purpose. Its transparent wings shine with truth and answers. May get your truth at the end here, Four of Swords, and need to, and you'll see things in a different way, perhaps. If a dragonfly has shown itself to you today, know that it's a blessing and that the answers you seek are not far behind. Colour can also hold some answers for you, so take note of the colour of the dragonfly as well. Beautiful way to end the reading, and that makes sense for me. Maybe this whole reading is about trying to get some clarity on something that you've been working on or is going on in your life. And on that note, I'm going to wrap up the reading. I'm really grateful that you've taken the time to watch this. I hope it's resonated. If it hasn't, totally fine. Take what you like, leave the rest. I wish all beautiful bulls out there, Taurus people, all the best for December. Have a wonderful time. Safe and happy end of the year. And hopefully I'll see you all next year. Bye.